welcome to the Don't You Know I'm Loco podcast. We're three cousins looking to break generational curses by sharing our mental health and healing journeys. Join me, Candy,
Lisa,
and
Rene.
as we talk about
the things we're not supposed to talk about.
Hi guys!
What's
What's up? Welcome back to our channel.
Hi.
Today's Monday. It's the Mondayest Monday ever.
Feels like a Monday.
I did not want to
Sure.
get up today. I didn't want to go to work. I got to work late. I was like, oh my God, this is not.
Yeah.
Let me tell you about my Monday how it started.
Go
So
for
I
it.
stayed over their house, right, with the
Oh,
boys.
uh-huh.
I woke up and I was like, I'm gonna get McDonald's on the way home. Might as well eat and then walk them as soon as I get back, as soon as I get home. So I ordered and I go up to the window. They gave me my coffee, they gave me the food, and I ordered the boys a sausage, right? And they put it like in the chicken McNugget box. And I reached in there, I grabbed it, and I was on the phone with my sister at the same time. I was like, "Hey, my hash brown, it's not here. Like, what the fuck?"
Oh no.
No.
So it was like the little thing they put it in, right? The little package
Little
that was
paper?
there. So I'm like, what the hell? Like, where did I drop it or something? I was like looking around everywhere. I was like looking under the seat. I was like, it's gone. Bobby's like, just go ask. Go tell him. I was like, no. I'm like, it wasn't meant to be. For me to have this delicious golden brown hash brown from McDonald's.
So good.
So I get home. I parked the car in the garage. I let the dogs in, let the dogs out, and then I'm gonna work out, so I gotta move the car out. I was like, let me check the other side of the seat. It was underneath the passenger seat.
Oh no!
Apparently, when I went in there to reach for the sausage, right? I guess I pulled out the package, didn't realize it, and I flung it over my seat. I was like, oh my God. I'll put the picture up.
Oh, how funny. You sabotaged yourself. You didn't even know. Oh, man, that's the worst.
I was looking forward to that hash brown
And then when you're
more
eating
than anything.
it, you're like, sucks, you know?
That's funny.
Should have my hash brown.
Oh, yeah.
So that's my morning of how my Monday started.
Yeah. Yeah, I struggled to get up today. Big time. I got to work very later than normal. And then I was like, well, I'm already late. I'm going to make myself a breakfast sandwich. Because I've been making them at home. I don't go to McDonald's anymore. I'm sure the lady misses me at McDonald's.
I'm sure she does.
Where is she?
I know. She's like, what happened to her? I'm like, girl, I said to make them at home. Way cheaper.
It is.
Yeah. How do you make yours? Like, what do you do?
So I bought these muffins. Oh, and the Baze muffins. Like, they're like fluffy. I've never had them, but they were like
What muffins?
Baze muffins. Like, not the Thomas's muffins. Because those are like
kind of hard.
dry.
Yeah.
A little dry.
These are like fluffy.
Really?
Yes. Yeah. I was like, oh, this is good. Okay. And then I buy the like little sausages.
The mini ones?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And I put 2.
Okay.
Because then
yeah.
there's too much bread. That's why.
Yeah.
And then, so I put them in the air fryer.
Oh.
And then
Okay.
I always, the last time I got turkey and then I got regular sausage too. So like the sausage ones, I'll like pat them down so they're not oily. And then I put a slice of cheese. And then I put the patties over, and then I close my sandwich, and then I put it back in the air fryer. And it's so good. So good. I was like, McDonald's who? Okay.
How?
Yeah. So they're so good. And I was like,
incredible.
I was like, I'm sure it's not as healthy, but whatever. It tastes so
Sure.
good.
There's protein. There's whatever. You can justify that real quick.
Yeah.
Ooh, you could even pre-make them, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Just already have like the cheese and the. Oh, okay.
See here at Don't You Know I'm Loco, you get
Some tips.
some tips on food
Recipes.
too.
Absolutely.
We're talking about
please
recipes.
share this, man.
Right? Yeah.
Whatever
Don't
helps.
don't gatekeep
so
it.
if you guys have any tips,
Yeah.
what are
Yeah.
they?
Sometimes if I wake up early enough, I'll make Fernando one, and then I have one, and then yeah. I was like, so good.
I used to like. It's been a couple of years where I would make chorizo burritos, and then I would just like put them in the freezer or whatever. But then I forgot about them, and it was like a really long time where I was like, I can't eat this. I forgot. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. When Fernando and I first got together, we started to do like pre-made meals where we would like cook, like the counter would be full of things, and then we have a deep freezer, so we would just deep freeze them. But then he was like, I'm the only one eating these because I was like, I don't like leftovers. I don't like to eat the same thing. And then he's like, that defeats the whole purpose. I'm like, fine.
I know. I hate that about us. I'm saying us because I know we're very similar, all three of us. Because I'm like,
fuck. True.
Like,
I don't like leftovers.
It depends on what it is.
Pizza I can do.
Yes, like a Chico's, definitely. It could be like on the third day and I'll still eat it.
Yeah.
I'll still take that chance too for that stomach.
But there's certain things that I'm like, and Brianna was like, you're not going to eat that, huh? I was like, no, you can have it.
Leftovers all day. I love leftovers.
Really?
Meal plan, I can't do that every day. Excuse me. I can't do the chicken with the rice with the vegetables and the 5 days a week. I can't do it. And I even try to do, okay, maybe like 3 days a week. That was okay. But then I would stop eating them.
Yeah. You're tired of
them.
Yeah. I know my sister has all these great recipes, and I was like, dang. I was like, not my little sister teaching me how to cook, okay? But she does. Like, a lot of the stuff she uses, like turkey and stuff like that, so it's healthier. Like, today I went for lunch, and I was like, something smells good. What are you making over there? She, like, told me, and I was like, dang. Or, like, she makes this other turkey one where she uses like el pato and something. It's really good. That one's really good. And I was like, ooh.
And they're easy stuff, like easy meals. Oh, I love that.
Yeah, like she'll usually do it like for the week, and then she'll take that for lunch. And so I'm like, oh, okay, like that maybe mix it up a little bit. Yeah.
I remember your sister Melissa. She taught me. I it was a long time ago, maybe like 10 years ago, that to buy the rotisserie chicken from Costco and then make this, and this, for sure. You got these meals.
Yeah.
Like they're 2-step meals, you got it. And I was like, okay, cool. But then again, she cooks for 10 people.
I know. Anytime I would call her, I'm like, what are you doing? I'm cooking again?
Oh, no.
She's like, yes. I'm like, oh my God.
Oh, I have something really quick about that. So I was talking to my daughter. It was when I was dropping her. No, we were going to pick up your niece. And then we're on our way. And then I asked her, I was like, do you want to get food? Because they already ate. And she's like, oh, yeah, I have to get food. And she's like, because they only eat once. And then I was like, what do you mean they only eat once? She's like, yeah, they only eat like dinner. And then I was like, no, Melissa always cooks. Like, she cooks breakfast. And I was like, wait, is it because you don't wake up on time? I was like, 'cause she is not going to save it for you.
Yeah.
Like, you either wake up to eat or you don't eat.
Yeah.
And she's like, I don't eat. That's right. She's like, that's right.
I'm like, because they be making even the little one, when we would stay over, he would be like, when I would wake up, he's like, can we make breakfast? And I'm like, yeah, we can make breakfast. And he would like help me do the stuff. So yeah, they're breakfast eaters for sure. You're just not waking up on time. And then if my parents are there, they're getting McDonald's breakfast.
Oh yeah, for sure. She already knows.
That's so funny. Oh. But yeah, see, we're holding a whole tangent about food, guys. Story of our lives. Story of our lives.
We haven't done that in a while, actually.
I know. Even Dee was saying that my niece liked the chicken from yesterday, and I was surprised because she was
good.
like, "But it was really good." And then she was like, she goes, she even came home and told mom about it. And I was like, oh, she's so cute. I know. I was telling my sister that everybody had a play date yesterday.
Yeah.
I was like, Lisa's daughter, my sister's daughter. I was like, the dogs even had a play date. I was like, it was so fun.
It was cool.
And then us, we hang out. And just, that was
just
fun.
enjoy.
That was a lot of fun.
That was a good time.
I was telling my mom earlier. I was like, I had such a good time. Like, it was just the cousins, and the girls. And I love that my daughter can, when she finds kids that are like her, as in they still like to play, they still like to, but yet they're into like, hair and makeup and all this stuff, but they still like to play, right? Oh my gosh, I know why you're laughing, but you can tell that story because like I feel horrible if I was to say it. But yeah, I love that so much. So thank you so much for having us
Of
over. And like
course.
Fernando, thank you
Yeah.
so much for
Yeah, thank
cooking
you.
and you guys
Yeah.
putting it together. You guys are like the best host. I
Thanks.
actually went to Max's parents' house after.
Mhm.
And I talked to them about the thing that you guys
Oh,
have, the
the
tray.
food warmer.
I was like, oh, that's another thing I'm going to be selling because I already sell a
That's
crock
cool.
pot. Or not the crock pot, the air fryer.
Oh.
Like, I'm
yeah.
always selling that.
Yeah.
Love the air fryer.
But I was like, that little mat thing, that was cool. That
that's
was
good.
really cool.
Yeah. All the new
Let me tell
technology.
a story real quick.
Okay.
Go for it. Go for it. Oh my gosh.
Yesterday, our food was ready to eat,
Uh-huh.
and the kids were all playing hide and go seek. The
Oh,
older ones came to the kitchen and started eating. We were all sitting there eating. The two little ones popped up out of nowhere, sweating.
Sweating.
Forgot to tell. The older one forgot to tell them that they weren't playing.
Okay. Who do you think told them and found them? I went upstairs. Yes. I went upstairs and I was like, where are the littles? I was like, where are the littles? They're not anywhere. And I walked around and I was like, they're not there. And by chance, I went to my room, and when I walked back, I was like, why are my the sillones, the pillows of the couch? I was like, why are they all like that? And then I was like, there's somebody's leg here. It was my poor little baby.
Oh no!
I was like, she's like, we're hiding, and I was like, they're downstairs eating.
They were downstairs for like 20 years.
Yes,
20
a long time, and I was like, oh, that's so rude. And then she went over there and she goes, I knew something suspicious was going on. She was like, because they hadn't came yet.
Oh my
And then I was like, oh my god, I wanted to cry. I felt so bad. And then when we came downstairs, I feel like they got embarrassed, and I was like, oh, poor thing. I was like, poor thing.
I stopped laughing. Like I smiled because I was like, oh my god. But I was like, nope, I cannot show that.
But yeah, they were there. I felt so bad because they were hiding and waiting, and I was like, they're downstairs eating.
And
She was like, what? Yeah. Yeah. I was like, oh my gosh, my poor babies. Yeah. But yeah, they had a good time. And that's why I like that the older ones play with the little ones too. Like, that's
cute.
cool. But yeah. So, do you guys have any challenges?
Challenges. I don't think I have any challenges today.
I guess it's ongoing from my sister's medical condition. Just sad that I'm not over there, but also I need my space. So I need just to regroup. Eventually I'll head back, of course. But yeah, just getting back on the routine, working out, walking the dogs, helps a lot. On Saturday I was just like, felt like this sense of relief. I don't know exactly why, but it just felt like I did my own thing, I guess. And felt nice. So I guess that was my challenge for the week.
Good. You took care of yourself.
Yeah.
Good.
Yep.
Definitely.
That's good.
Well, my sister's always on my mind.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
It's good.
What about you, Candy?
My challenge was getting up this morning. I did go to my first appointment for the neurofeedback thing. And then I got really anxious because we were like running late, and I was like, I don't want to be late for this, but it ended up being fine. And then like I started to notice like I was being like reactive towards Fernando, and he was like, dude, I don't know what you want me to do. Like we left the house, we should have left the house earlier, but you were still getting ready. And I have to be more aware of time because I do struggle with that too. But it was interesting. I thought it was going to be something totally different. But I'm excited to see because the guy explained it, and he was like, me personally, I will not notice the differences right away, but like Fernando will, big time. He was like, he'll be able to, be able to measure it by him. Like he's gonna be able to be like, she does this different, this and this, like whatever. And so we went over 4 things that I want to work on. And so like each week we're gonna like basically do like a review, like how is your sleep, or how are you eating, or how do you feel, stuff like that. And then they're like, after like session 3 or 4, you should start feeling a difference. So I'm like, okay. And all they did was put these little, Fernando has a video. I'll have him put it somewhere or something. We'll figure it out. But like they put 2 little like things here. They taped it to like my actual scalp. And then they put these little like sticky prongs on my ears because they were saying the machine picks up the waves, and if you put it up here, it's too sensitive, like it's too loud, I guess.
Damn.
Yeah. Wow. And so like your brain waves are basically like what the feedback is coming out of the thing. So it's like, you remember like when the old screensavers, like it would go black and then the image would go like bing, 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 right?
Like in what's that show? The Office.
The Office? Oh, yeah. Yeah, they try to get the little box
in the corner.
In the corner.
Have you seen that one?
Yeah. I don't remember that, but yeah, so it's like that, and then it's like noise, like music noise or whatever. It was weird. I told Fernando to take a video so that we could see, but yeah, it was really interesting to be like, oh, okay, I'm like, again, where it's like, how is this gonna help me? But you know, it's
Mumbo
more.
jumbo. Yeah.
I know. I was like, I'm gonna tell my boss to see if she could tell me the differences in like the way that, because I have trouble explaining things to her like in work, and so I'm like, she would be the one to be like, yes, you're put together, right? And I was like, but she's gonna be like, what is this? You know, like juju that you're doing, right? I'm like, it's science, okay? It's difference. But yeah,
science.
But yeah, I'm interested to see, and I'm excited to share that journey with everybody. So.
Yeah. Oh,
but
yay, Candy. So happy for you.
Thanks. I know.
I'm so proud of you too.
And I was
That's
like,
so
that's
scary.
it. I'm fixed. I'm just kidding.
Never.
Never. Just better. Yeah.
Yeah.
So today we are going to be talking about alcohol use disorder. We thought about putting this title as alcoholism, but we're not doctors, so we're not going to use that term, which we already know we're not doctors.
Yes.
Okay. What is alcohol use disorder? Alcohol use disorder is a pattern of alcohol use that involves problems controlling your drinking, being preoccupied with alcohol, or continuing to use alcohol even when it causes problems. This disorder also involves having to drink more to get the same effect, or having withdrawal symptoms when you rapidly decrease or stop drinking. Alcohol use disorder includes a level of drinking that's sometimes called alcoholism. See? But we're not doctors, so we're not going to use that. Unhealthy alcohol use includes any alcohol use that puts your health or safety at risk or causes other alcohol-related problems. It also includes binge drinking, a pattern of drinking where a male has 5 or more drinks within 2 hours, or a female has at least 4 drinks within 2 hours. Binge drinking causes significant health and safety risk. I'm like trying to read that back. Female has at least 4 drinks. It's interesting. 5 or more in 2 hours. Well, I guess, yeah, we're doing shots.
Yeah. You're doing shots.
Oh my God, the other day
Easy.
I seen this thing. It was like, if you know what this is, like, you know how to party. And it was a picture of an Incredible Hulk drink.
Gosh.
Do you remember those?
Oh.
Incredible Hulk is Hennessy and Hypnotic.
Yeah. Oh
that was I got $10 and that's what I'm
Oh.
getting because I know I'm going to get fucked up for $10. Yeah, that one and LA water. Disgusting.
Oh, LA water. Good God.
Yeah.
Adioses.
And then
Yeah,
you
that
don't
one
eat
too.
that day, so you can get drunk faster.
This is irresponsible drinking, first of all. Tips?
Right? Yeah, no.
No,
Yeah,
that's
that's
it.
how I think about that. And I'm like, damn.
We were never taught how to drink.
No.
Like, responsibly.
No, definitely not. Like, with me, that's what I find interesting is that my parents didn't drink as far as I know in my life, right? But like me and my sisters drink like fishes. That's what I always used to say.
For them.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, well, where else, you know? With me, I know it was a coping mechanism. And so
Yeah.
that's what I used. And that's how I'm like, damn, like I don't even have the want to drink at all. Like it doesn't, you know, it doesn't I don't feel left out, or I don't feel like I'm missing out or anything, right? I don't have FOMO anymore.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. I was like, me and alcohol broke up because I did not know how to have a healthy relationship with it.
It was toxic relationship.
Very much toxic. Yeah. I mean, I ended up with a DUI and everything. So that's what we talked about yesterday with Fernando. Fernando was like, drinking and driving. And like, we were talking about that. And I was like, oh, I used to drink and drive all the time. And it would be like, did I make it here in one piece? Like, is my car okay?
Yeah.
And I was like, it's terrible. Like, I used to drive from like LA to One Park.
I couldn't even think about doing that anymore.
No way.
God, no way. Not even one drink. Like, nope.
No.
No, thank you.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Now you have Uber.
Yeah.
You know? But like still back then it was like you could still sleep in your car or do something, you know? Figure it out. I'm sure if I would have called my mom and dad and been like, I can't drive, they would come pick me up. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Remember your dad? He was like our little, with the van. Didn't he take? Oh no, it was
take us to the Sublime concert.
To the Sublime concert. Oh, and then to the festival too.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. He dropped us off.
That's funny. He was your DD.
He's like,
yeah. Oh my God, that's hilarious. He dropped me off at a concert one time. That was not a good idea.
No.
I got too drunk. Yeah. So I'm like, I like being able to remember things, and I like being able to enjoy it, you know, and nobody has to tell you about what it is that you did.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like when you hear from other people, it's like,
do I have to apologize to anybody? Yeah. That's an unhealthy relationship. If that is your relationship, that's unhealthy.
Yes.
Okay?
Get out.
Yeah.
Get out of it.
Stop it. Let's see. If your pattern of drinking results in repeated significant distress and problems functioning in your daily life, you likely have alcohol use disorder. It can range from mild to severe. However, even a mild disorder can escalate and lead to serious problems, so early treatment is important.
I got this from the Mayo Clinic, by the way.
Yes.
This part.
I always feel like we're in school where it's like cite your sources.
Cite it, yeah.
Cite your sources. Alcohol use disorder can be mild, moderate, or severe based on the number of symptoms you experience. Signs and symptoms may include being unable to limit the amount of alcohol you drink, check. Wanting to cut down on how much you drink or making unsuccessful attempts to do so. That's when you say, I'm only going to have one drink, and then you end up blacked out. Spending a lot of time drinking, getting alcohol, or recovering from alcohol use. Feeling a strong craving or urge to drink alcohol. Failing to fulfill major obligations at work, school, or home due to repeated alcohol use. Continuing to drink alcohol even though you know it's causing physical, social, work, or relationship problems. Giving up or reducing social and work activities and hobbies to use alcohol. Using alcohol in situations where it's not safe, such as when driving or swimming. Swimming? I never heard of that one. Developing a tolerance to alcohol so you need more to feel its effect, or you have a reduced effect from the same amount. Experience withdrawal symptoms such as nausea, sweating, and shaking when you don't drink or drinking to avoid these symptoms. So the ones that I related to the most on these, like prior, because I don't drink anymore, is definitely not being able to limit. I never knew my limit. It was like I was be like, oh, just one, and then I don't know when to stop.
Like Pringles, once you pop, you can't stop.
Yes, exactly. That was me.
Because it gets funner.
Yeah.
You want to keep the party going,
right? You're not making the case for our subject.
I should have skipped this one.
Just kidding. Spending a lot of time drinking, getting alcohol. So like when I was a teenager, I wasn't even 21 yet. Like we would party from like Thursday to Sunday. Like we used to call it Thirsty Thursdays, and one of our friends would get a keg at their house.
Damn.
And we would party like from Thursday to Sunday, drinking all day. Yeah. And like when my best friend moved away, I was it was just me and my guy friends. So I think I've said this before where it was like I had to drink beer because that's all there was. But I also grew a higher tolerance because I was drinking with them. So I was like me, like 100 and something pounds, like, because back in high school, it was like 105 maybe. And I would still drink a lot. Like I could handle my liquor. Like even when I got my DUI, my blood alcohol level was 0.15 something, so almost double the limit.
Shit.
Yeah. Had I got that extra percent, it would have been a bigger not, I don't know if it would have been a felony or a misdemeanor. It was a higher charge definitely, but even the lady at the, because I had to take classes, I had to go to AA meetings, I had to pay, I had to do all kinds of things. And even the lady at the school that I had to go to was like, she was like, "You're tiny. How do you?" And then she's like, "What?" And I was like, "Well, I took shots, and then didn't kick in until I was already driving." And she was like, "Oh," but yeah, I was like, "Oh man," but not my proudest moment. But look at me now.
Yeah. You've learned from it. We've learned
Oh,
from
yeah,
it.
definitely. Yes,
You know,
learn from
'cause-
me.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So
Don't drink and
scary.
drive. Have a plan. Even if it is just one, like,
Yeah.
Risk it.
Yeah, that bothers me when people drink and drive. Like, you're fine if you don't care about yourself to do that. You could alter somebody's life, like, or end their life and their family. But it's not worth it. Like,
pay that $50 if you have to.
Yeah, it's better than paying $5,000 in fees and lawyers and
I think it's $10,000 in California right now.
Really?
Yeah, it was like I paid like $5,000 because I had to pay for the school. I had to pay for and then I had to have a certain insurance. I had to have like I think it was called the SR22, and a lot of insurances don't they won't fuck with you if you need one of those.
Shit.
Yeah, because I remember I had to go to like the hood to go get insurance because nobody would insure me.
You went to Freeway Insurance?
No, even more.
Adriana's.
Fernando knows that one. He's like, she has a big old billboard too off the 15.
Yeah. We're so proud of her.
She made it.
She made it.
That's funny, but yeah, definitely for my steaks because I didn't. And it took me like a long time to learn it, but I'm glad that I don't even need it anymore because it was therapy that I needed, right? I was running away from the issues. So, but yeah.
Dang.
Me, prime example. Don't be like me, guys. Let's see. Are there any others of these that you guys relate to?
I think almost all of them.
Yeah.
At some point I did, right? Like
at some point.
Yeah. Reducing social work.
I do have to say, like, for my generation, maybe it stopped like a little bit after. No, because you went to TJ. We used to party in TJ a lot, and I would say we'd drive back thinking we were tired, but I was like, we weren't tired. We were still drunk.
Yeah.
And we'd get home, like, how did we get home? Like, I was going, you hear the what is it? The oh shit! Like, damn, we used to drive like that. That is crazy. But that's something that we grew up with in Orange County and LA County is driving to the TJ.
Yeah.
And
once you turn 18.
Once you turn 18, that was like the tradition.
You better get ready because we're leaving. We're leaving.
Yeah, that was the tradition. And I'm glad they don't do that anymore.
Oh no.
Oh my gosh.
But Fabi was the pioneer? She's the one that started taking all of us like on our 18th birthday.
I think so. I think it was Fabi.
Man, yeah.
Fabi's like, not too tough on me, guys. That's 2 episodes already. Yeah, because you guys took me for my 18th birthday.
Yeah. We went to Rosarito, right?
It was me,
Jerry,
you, and Desiree.
Fabi.
Yeah.
How fun.
I remember we even took a picture, all 4 of us. I won't have to find it.
Fabi was there, yeah?
Yeah. Of course.
She's there,
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay, back to this. Alcohol use disorder can include periods of being drunk, alcohol intoxication, and symptoms of withdrawal. Alcohol intoxication results as the amount of alcohol in your bloodstream increases. The higher the blood alcohol concentration is, the more likely you are to have bad effects. Alcohol intoxication causes behavior problems and mental changes. These may include inappropriate behavior, unstable moods, poor judgment, slurred speech, problems with attention or memory, and poor coordination. You can also have periods called blackouts where you don't remember events. Very high blood alcohol
Mm.
levels can lead to a coma, permanent brain damage, or even death. It's crazy, right? Like we know it does all these things and we still do
Poison.
it. Like yeah, exactly.
It's
It
like we
is.
do it.
Uh-huh.
Like we want
Yeah.
it.
Mhm.
I think honestly, alcohol is one of the most dangerous drugs there
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Like
Uh-huh.
it's legal, first of all. Like you can get it at any
Uh-huh.
street corner.
Mhm.
There's no real. There's rules to it, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
really, like who follows
Mhm.
them? It seems like, especially here in Vegas, like you
Mhm.
have to look for drunk drivers all
All the
the
time.
time.
Mhm.
Especially in the mornings.
During the day, yeah,
During the
like
day,
all day, every
morning.
day.
Uh-huh.
That's why our insurance is so high here.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, like we know this is what's gonna happen, and we still
Yeah.
do it.
Mhm.
You know, like
Mhm.
I was thinking about that, and I was like, okay, in Latino culture, alcohol is always at the primary of like family gatherings. Like,
Mhm.
you know, I remember your baby shower and
Had a keg.
The keg. Oh my
and
god.
birthday party. You know, like kids' birthday parties.
Uh,
You know, like why do we need
I don't
alcohol? You know,
Yeah.
like why are you altering yourself in a setting full of children? You
Mhm.
know, like
Well, you guys know that's my new rule now, right?
yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I still stick to that. Like,
Mhm.
no
Yeah.
drinking in front of the kids, no
Mhm.
drinking or at parties,
Mhm.
and it's definitely like my number one rule. Like, I
Mhm.
still drink here and there,
Mhm.
maybe once a month, but it's not around kids at all.
Mhm.
Like
Mhm.
if you catch me at a family party, I won't be drinking.
Mhm.
It's just my new rule now.
Yeah. Cuz I mean, I think about it and like we grew up with your dad's drinking and seeing it, you know, it was
Mm.
normal for us,
Mhm.
right? So it made it, you know, just nature for us to do it like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
you know, it's fine.
Mhm.
Like with me, it's weird because my parents don't drink, but like we grew up
You're still
around your
around it,
parents. Yeah.
Mhm.
yeah.
And so it's like normal, right? But it's like, okay, when you think about it, now we're the examples of what
Mm-hmm.
these kids see,
Mhm.
you know, so and so drinking, or, you
Mhm.
know, they know what it is, or, you
Mhm.
know,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like, dang, now we're the grown ups.
Mhm.
We got to act like grown ups.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you think about it, like,
We're the
you,
examples.
Yeah.
yeah, uh
Yeah.
huh. Like, you get to be who you wished you would have had, you know,
Yeah.
then.
Mm.
Uh-huh.
So act accordingly, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because and I remember, like, I've been drunk around my nieces and nephews, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, I think about it now, and I was like, I don't want to be that example. Like, I don't want them to be like, yes, I'm a fun time, but like, I could be a fun time without drinking. Like, shoot, we play Scrabble, and I won't let you win. But yeah, that just, I don't know. That I've been like, that's been on my mind lately. Like, just you know,
Yeah.
we're the adults now, so
Yeah.
we're the
Mm-hmm.
example for
Yeah.
the kids.
My daughter asked me not too long ago. She's like, "Mom, do you drink alcohol anymore?" And I was like, sometimes." She's like, "You used to drink. You don't drink anymore." And I was
Mm-hmm.
like, I didn't even know she noticed.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, because I didn't
Kids
think
Oh
notice.
yeah,
yeah, she knows everything.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
yeah,
they
I was
noticed.
like, dang.
Yeah,
I was like, not really. I don't.
yeah.
Doesn't taste good to me anymore. That's what I
Mm-hmm.
tell her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see what else. Um, Alcohol withdrawal can occur when alcohol use has been heavy and prolonged and is then stopped or greatly reduced. It can occur within several hours to 4 to 5 days later. Signs and symptoms include sweating, rapid heartbeat, hand tremors, problems sleeping, nausea and vomiting, hallucinations, restlessness and agitation, anxiety, and occasionally seizures. Symptoms can be severe enough to impair your ability to function at work and in social situations.
That's crazy that like alcohol withdrawal could kill you too.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you just stop
Mhm.
all of a sudden. Like
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
Your
Yeah.
body just
Sucks
got
if
so
you.
used to
Yeah.
it.
Uh-huh.
Like oh my gosh.
I always think about Frank's episode where he's like, when you don't drink, they're like, why you're not drinking? But then like
Yeah.
with water, nobody cares if you don't drink water, you know? Like
Yeah.
what? Yeah. What is considered one drink? This is that one drink that you say you're gonna have, okay?
Uh-huh.
The National Institute on Alcohol Abuse and Alcoholism defines one standard drink as any of these: 12 ounces of regular beer, about 5%, 8 to 9 ounces of malt liquor, about 7%. I don't know why I said malt liquor. 5 ounces of wine, about 12% of alcohol. 1.5 ounces of hard liquor or distilled spirits, about 40% alcohol.
Guessing that's a shot.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Uh-huh. It just like depends also, right? Because something that
Mhm.
you drink is going to affect me different or you
Mhm.
different, you
Mhm.
know, like everybody's tolerance.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Um, uh, so here's some stats. The numbers from a 2023 national survey on drug and health. Approximately 28.9 of the population aged 12 and older, which is about 10.2% of this population, experience alcohol use disorder in the past year.
That's a lot of people.
Prevalence by age and gender. So youth, which is ages 12 to 17, about, so this is 7, no, I'm going to do this. 2.9% of this group, boys, 2.0%, and girls, 3.8%
That's
affected.
interesting. More almost double the girls.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Mm-hmm. Adults, ages 18 and older. Mind you, the legal drinking age is 21, but they included 18 and older because they know. Approximately 28.1 million adults, which is 10.9% of this age group, which 13.2% are men and 8.7% are women. Um, hmm.
I think because men are learned to suppress
Mhm.
their feelings,
Mhm.
so they turn to the bottle instead.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And women, you're allowed to be
Mhm.
Mhm.
more emotional, and we're not supposed to be emotional. We're supposed to be
Mm.
stone cold.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I was watching Bill Barr, the comedy stand up last night.
Oh.
They were saying that that you don't all you when you hear somebody drop dead like out of randomly, it's always a man. Like there's like a certain age, he said, like from 49 or something to like 60, where a man could just drop dead like of a heart attack, and you don't hear
Mhm.
that about women dropping dead. It's just
Mm.
men just
Yeah.
be at a dinner table and just drops dead.
Oh my
Oh my
gosh.
And he
goodness.
That's
said because
right.
he said because we're not allowed to cry, so you just keep it in.
Oh my
It just
Oh.
builds up.
god.
Yeah.
My
That's what I say
god.
about crying.
Dang.
I'm like, I'm a big
Yeah.
proponent in crying. Like, let it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who cares?
It just eats
Mhm.
away at you if
It
you
does.
don't.
Yeah.
Big time.
And it just feels so
Mhm.
good, like, after. It's just
It
like
Yeah.
does.
a relief,
Mhm.
you
Big
know?
time.
It's like,
Mhm.
why was I holding on to that?
Yeah.
I always say real men do cry. You know the song, "Oh Boys Don't
Uh-huh.
Cry."
Yeah.
Mhm.
Boys don't cry, whatever. I
Uh-huh.
say boys don't cry, but real men do.
Mhm.
Hmm Gotta let it out.
Yeah. That's true.
Now you're gonna turn to something.
Mhm. Yeah. So this is prevalence by ethnicity, ages 12 and
Turn to
older.
Jesus.
American Indian or Alaska Native,
Wow.
11.6%. Asian, 5.7%. Black or African American, 9.6%. White, 11%. Native Hawaiian or other Pacific Islander, 7.9%. Two or more races, 13.6%, and Hispanic or Latino is 10.8%. So, who has the highest percentage?
White people or the two or more.
Mixed, no?
Native.
Like mixed
Oh
Native?
people?
yeah,
Uh-huh. Native.
native.
Native, white,
11.6.
and then it says
Two or
two or
more
more
races.
races. So we're like in third or fourth place.
Mhm.
I'm telling you. The parties, the baby showers,
Mhm.
the everything. Um Trends and concerns. Recent studies show a significant rise in alcohol related deaths, a particularly increase in fatalities in young women attributed to targeted marketing and cultural factors. But younger generations, particularly those aged 18 to 34, are reducing alcohol consumption
Mhm.
influenced by health concerns and wellness trends.
Mhm.
There's a chart I saw. I'm gonna find it.
Mhm.
It was like a meme or chart where it
Mhm.
lists like the Generation
Mhm.
X,
Mhm.
millennials, and
Mm.
then the next generation. What is it? Gen Z, and
Mhm.
I don't know the
their
names, but
consumption
yeah.
is like it's like 10 to 12% only use alcohol. Yeah, or the use of
Wow.
alcohol. I guess
Yeah.
the
Mm.
sales
Yeah.
Yeah.
with that group. I'm
Yeah.
like, wow, that's amazing.
You know why? Because us, the wild child children who had
Uh-huh.
kids, their kids are the ones that are like not drinking
Uh-huh.
because we already
This.
know what's up.
Yeah.
Like, no, we're not doing that.
Yeah.
But they're gonna do it regardless. They're gonna do it. But
Yeah.
like,
Mhm. Now they're more like, I don't want to be like my mom. I don't want to be like my dad.
yeah,
You know, that's
uh
a
huh,
lot. That's
that's a
very
lot.
common.
And also, I think mental health is more
Mainstream.
not it's more normalized. Or
Mhm.
like we would use alcohol as our mental health, like,
Mhm.
and here it's like, no, we don't do that here. We're
Mhm.
gonna figure out what it is and we're gonna help
Mhm.
you get there.
Mhm.
Where it's like we had to kind of like fend for ourselves.
Mhm.
And granted, our parents' generation definitely didn't know what to do
No,
with
not at
that,
all. No.
and so
No, I remember my dad would come home from work,
mhm.
like after driving for hours and hours and hours, and he would just pop a Corona and drink it like a bottled water, like,
Oh my gosh.
and then he'd be done, and he'd be like, and then like that's how he would
Mm.
come home, and then like
Mm.
he'd be like, okay, then like he would put his feet up and take off his boots, and
Mhm.
then yeah, like I just remember
Oh
it's
my
crazy,
god.
but
Do you think growing up with dads who drank a lot affected your relationship with alcohol at all?
Mm, I don't know because of the whole trauma thing. I don't know if that was like if it would have
Mhm.
changed anything.
Mhm.
I mean, it might have. It
mm,
might have been. I might have gone the same way he is or he
Mhm.
did, but I can't. I don't know because of the trauma.
Mhm.
Like
yeah.
Yeah.
it changed everything. It changed
Mhm. It
my
changed all of our brain chemistry.
yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm.
I don't know. That's a good question, but I don't know
Yeah.
if I could truly answer that one.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know because like my dad and I had a connection with alcohol. Like we
Uh.
would hang out outside in the backyard,
Mhm. Mhm.
drink, and listen to
Mm,
Mhm.
music and just be outside talking and for
Mhm.
hours and hours and hours. And we did that like almost every Friday.
Mhm.
Like that was our
Mhm.
thing.
Yeah.
And but it involved alcohol. But
Mhm.
that was the way he was able to open up and he was able to like
Yeah.
relax and be like,
Mhm.
okay.
That's how he was able to lose control, like let loose,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
Because I feel like when you're of sound mind, you still control your brain
Mhm.
and your emotions, right?
Mhm.
Is you're not letting yourself
Mhm.
be vulnerable.
Mhm.
And when you drink, it's like you lose that meter that's like,
Mhm.
hey, we don't want to tell everybody our business.
Mhm.
And then when you
mm.
drink, you're like, hey, by the way,
Mhm.
you know? And it's like,
Yeah.
okay, how do I find a good medium,
Uh-huh.
between being vulnerable and being protective of myself where it's healthy,
Uh,
Because I don't think like you said, we weren't taught a healthy relationship with alcohol,
Mhm.
you know. Um it was just like I almost feel like it in our culture it's more of like a here, this will fix it, you know.
Mhm.
mm,
It's not going to fix it.
Mhm.
It's just going to make it go away
for that
for
time
Mhm.
that
being.
time. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. But now there's all kinds of
Mhm.
different ways to get help, like
Mhm.
Mm,
therapy or different types of therapy or, you know, figuring out what works with you, whether it's, church or something,
mm.
like,
Working out,
yeah,
Mhm.
definitely.
hiking.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Something needs
healthy.
to replace it.
Yeah.
Some release.
Yes.
Release that, you know, something you could probably do with your child, you know, that you can build something and make it a hobby or whatever.
Yeah.
This podcast.
Yeah, for real. For real. I know. I was thinking when I was like, it's been 2 years since I stopped drinking, because the last time I drank was at your mom's birthday party.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that was so fun.
The non-alcoholic.
Yeah, the non-alcoholic party, and everybody got drunk, myself included, because I brought my own bottle. And after that, I was like, okay, I got to make a choice here. I choose my relationship over alcohol. Yeah. But okay, lifetime consumption. Approximately 80.1% of males and 78.1% of females aged 12 and older have consumed alcohol at some point in their lives. Do you guys remember your first drink?
Yes. I was, like the first time I got drunk, or the first time I tasted alcohol? Because, I mean, tasted maybe as a child. I used to get my dad's beers.
Oh my God.
Yeah. My dad's like cocktail waitress, you know?
So, yeah, I remember that.
I remember my sister too. She used to drink it. She used to like open it for him. It was like a Budweiser. And she'd be like, and then she'd be like, "Here, Dad.
It's safe."
Yeah.
So bad.
I want to say I was 5 years old in your backyard in Compton.
Oh, okay.
And I had my very first beer. Like Homer. When I was when I was young, I had my very first beer. It was a very good beer.
Oh my God.
Like I was like 5.
Could you imagine seeing a 5-year-old drink a beer now?
No, absolutely not.
Mm-hmm.
There's
perspective.
There's social media now.
Yeah.
You'd be in jail.
Oh my gosh.
You'd be in jail.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like.
Yeah.
Definitely no.
Mm-hmm. Past year consumption. About 62.5% of individuals aged 12 and older drinking alcohol in the past year. I think it's crazy that it says 12. But it's true, right? Past month consumption. So 47.5% of people aged
12.
Says
122.
12 and older reported drinking in the past month.
I swear I wasn't drinking when I typed this
out. Alcohol use disorder. In 2023, an estimated 28.9 million Americans aged 12 and older, which is about 10.2% of the population, had alcohol use disorder. Despite the high prevalence, less than 10% of individuals with AUD receive treatment.
Damn.
That's a small percentage.
That's tiny.
But because they don't think it's a problem, because, I mean, it's normal. Binge and heavy drinking. Binge drinking. 21.7% of individuals aged 12 and older reported binge drinking in the past month. Heavy alcohol use. 5.8% of people aged 12 and older reported heavy alcohol use in the past month. I think about it now and I'm like, damn, I used to drink a lot.
Yeah.
I used to drink
a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like to the point where like they were like, you have a fatty liver.
Same here.
You need to make healthier choices. And I was like, damn. And
you had a fatty liver too? So did I.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. I'm like, how do I work it out? Like, what do I do? Sounds so awful.
Yeah. Alcohol-related mortality. Excessive alcohol use is the leading preventable cause of death in the U.S., with about 178,000 deaths annually attributed to excessive drinking.
I wonder if that counts DUIs too.
That's what I was thinking too.
Probably. I don't know. Feels like there's so much of that still going on. Like,
yes,
how?
Especially here.
So
people
crazy.
Think they're fine. They're fine to
gosh.
drink, and they're just going around the corner and stuff like that. And it's like, look at how many wrong way drivers we have here.
Oh my gosh!
There's a lot.
Every day, it's like
it's
if
bad.
you want to look, you can find it. It happens every day.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And it's crazy. It's like, and like we said, it's like all day. Like it's not just at nighttime. It's like literally noon.
Yeah.
People are at the bar being drunk. You know, like
people
on a
getting
fucking
out their different shifts.
yeah. Because we're a 24/7 city. That's why.
When we were drilling, when I was in the military, that was like the worst because we were getting to drill like at 5, 6 in the morning, and there were so many drunk drivers that like I would get calls from my soldiers would be like, hey, you know, there was an accident, or you know, there's somebody in front of me that's swerving or whatever. It was always something, and it was like, dang, at that hour, it was just and they told us like between like 5 or 7, something like that, or like the worst hours to drive because there's everybody's coming home or going home thinking they're good and they're not.
Yeah. Okay, so Psychology Today says how to drink responsibly. Stay sober.
That was mine. Stay sober.
Okay, Reneisms. Stay sober. Abstinence. If you choose to drink, these are 10 pointers from psychologytoday.com. 1. Know how much alcohol you're drinking. 2. Low risk alcohol use is different for men and women. 3. Blood alcohol levels continue to rise for 90 minutes after the last drink, and nothing helps sober you up but time. Have you guys seen that commercial where the guy's like, he's texting himself and he's like, drink some water, put some water in your face, or you're fine, you can drive, you know?
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, he's like in the bathroom, but he's talking to himself, and they're like, if you have to convince yourself that you're fine, you should not be driving, you're not fine. Yeah. Well, if you think about it, our loteria cards have el borracho.
Yeah.
You know, like that's normal. This one, I don't think this one does. But like in the loteria.
No, he doesn't have a.
No. But like that's normal. Like, oh, el borracho, el borracha. You know, like that should tell you something about our culture. Let's see. Blood alcohol level. Oh, I just read that.
To know how much you're drinking, I think that pertains to what alcohol you're drinking. Like some beers are like 5%, right? But there's higher alcohol by volume in different types of beers, like in IPAs, for example.
Oh yeah,
they're like 8 or 9, and it's like if you drink 2 of those, it's like 2 of those of the like a Coors Light is like equivalent to like 1 IPA.
Coors like water.
Yeah, exactly.
I used to drink a lot of craft beers. I used to drink a lot of lagers, I like the heavier stuff.
Same here.
IPAs. I don't like IPAs. To me, IPAs tasted like potpourri.
like a pine cone.
Yeah, like potpourri.
Like pine cones.
But those have higher consumptions. Like I know a lot of them were like 12 or 11% alcohol.
Way up there.
And I would drink them like
just so you can get a bigger buzz off of it.
Yeah.
Gotta drink like 3 Coors Lights and you're pitching all over the place.
Yeah, like going to Dodger Stadium, I'd be like, okay, where do they have Goose IPA? Because I know that's gonna be a higher alcohol than, you know, like Bud Light. And so I would go to whatever level had it and get it. And I was like, damn, like if you have to be that strategic about drinking, you need to not be drinking. Like, you know? Like, and it wasn't just like a lot of my friends would drink and drive, and like it was just normal for us. But I'm like, driving from LA after drinking, that's crazy. I'm like, I'm surprised I didn't end up, you know, in jail longer for drinking and driving. You know,
I never got a DUI.
No,
or kill somebody. Honestly,
or kill somebody. That's
what I'm like. You think you're fine? You're gonna live with that decision the rest of your life. You know, like that's terrible. Yes. Like, and this is me saying from somebody who would drink and drive all the time. Crazy.
It's not worth it.
Nope. Let's see. Don't mix alcohol with other psychoactive substances or prescription drugs. Be cautious using alcohol alone.
I've never been able to do that. Like
drink by yourself?
Drink by myself. I always had to hang out with somebody and drink like that.
So you were a social drinker,
social binge. I was more like a social binge drinker.
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah,
there's certain times.
I would drink beer at home and just chill at home because I liked beer. So that. But like, I don't know. I wouldn't be like taking shots at home. Maybe during COVID. I was thinking about that the other day. How we would do like Zoom and party together and drink together on the couch.
Yeah.
I was like, party in la sala. I was thinking about that. I was like, that was fun.
I did do it that way.
Yeah, right? Be cautious using alcohol with strangers or in high-risk situations. I think about that all the time. Like, how many times did I put myself in danger or in jeopardy being drunk where, like, I wasn't conscious of my own, like, things or, like, other people around me a lot. Because I definitely put myself in a lot of unsafe situations, like, at the hands of other people. And you would think, because of what happened to me as a kid, that I would be more hyper aware or, like, not put myself in those positions. But, like, I was just trying to drown, that experience. But now I'm like I'm always like, how did I survive all of that? Like, how did I get through all of that? And it was a simple, like, somebody to talk to that changed my whole life to be like, hey, you don't need that anymore. Like, there's healthier ways to deal with that. But it's like,
we were always like, real quick, when it came to like my mom or it was always just stop drinking. I don't know if your mom ever told you, like, just stop drinking, like it was easy to do.
Yeah.
And I was always like, okay, I think I would if I could, but there's something going on up there that's not letting me. And the same with, like, sounds like you had the same experience with it. And you too, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
The three of us.
And it was more of like my dad. My dad would always be like disappointed when we would drink and stuff. And
I mean, I was scared of your dad drinking.
Yes, we wouldn't drink in front of our parents ever. Like, that's just the like, even now you get a side eye, right? But it's like my dad would always be like so disappointed, and I know that's his own, like, with his siblings and stuff like that. And he sees, because even with, like, I'm pretty sure I mentioned this before, one of my aunts was like, how come you're not drinking? And I was like, oh, because I don't know how to act. And she was like, oh, you're like, some of our other family members. And I was like,
you mean like everybody else is drinking?
Yeah, exactly. She was like, oh, you get like that. And I was like, yes. And she was like, oh, okay. And I was like, that's bad. Like, that it's a family history.
It's a thing.
Yeah, it's a like a disorder in the family that we drink to the point where we don't have conscious mind, or that we don't know how to act, and nobody sees a problem with it. Like, that blew my mind when she was like, oh, okay. Like, it made sense. It wouldn't be like, well, what do you do? Or she was like, oh, okay, yeah, you're just like the family, these people in the family. And I was like, no wonder my dad is like, don't drink.
Hell no.
Crazy. Yeah, that really opened my eyes, and I was like, oh, damn, like, this is a generational curse. Big time.
Shit.
Right? That one hit. When she told me that, I was like, oh, shit. Let's see. Avoid drinking or other dangerous activities if you're using alcohol. Don't use alcohol if it causes problems in your life. Being cautious of using alcohol if you have risk factors for addiction. Know the signs of alcohol and seek help early. I think just having a healthy relationship, like...
Go down?
Down?
Oh, no. The other stuff didn't come up.
Oh, you added stuff?
Yeah.
Oh. What was it?
It was how to drink safely. Oh, wait. No, that is
we
it.
did go up there, yeah.
How to drink responsibly.
How to drink responsibly.
Never mind.
Remember your Reneism first?
Like, wait, no, that's it.
Yeah. Yeah, I want everybody to know that, like, what am I trying to say here? Like, there's light at the end of the tunnel, like, even with us, like, from my own experience being an alcoholic, because I was an alcoholic, um, a very irresponsible alcoholic, um, that once I started to go to therapy, like that definitely helped a lot. I didn't stop drinking, but like once it was like, it almost felt like I hit rock bottom, that it was like, you need to stop. You need to figure out how to deal with this another way. And like now I'm like, I don't need that. Like even when I think about like our first time we went on a cruise, I was drunk the whole time. And it was awful. It was an awful time for both of us. Like I ruined so many good experiences, so many good things in life because I was drinking. I don't remember them. I did something that I needed to apologize for. Like just my behavior, that it was like, dude, you're a grown up. Like you can't just keep apologizing for shit that you do when you're drunk. Like get a hold on it, you know? And that's what it was. Like 2 years ago, it was like, hey, I was like, I can't do this anymore. And when you drink and you get like this, because it's like, yeah, you're going to therapy and you're healing, but like there's still more there, because you, if there wasn't, you wouldn't be this way, you know? And it's like, I don't want to do that to you. Like, you know? So yeah, that's why I'm like, I personally, I'm like, I don't need it. And it's just like, okay, to each their own, but just, you know, drink responsibly, drink safely, and, you know, think about, why is it that you're drinking?
Like,
what does it do for you? Like, what is it? Is it because you're lacking something else? You know, social drinking is different, but still, like, look within, like, you know. But are you guys ready to get deep?
All right. Okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the most attractive, what would you rate yourself? I don't like this one.
We did this
We
one.
did this one already.
Yeah.
Okay. Next. Oh, she wasn't here for it. That's
no,
why.
she wasn't.
I don't like that. Okay, which of your friends has the coolest job? Ooh, this is cool.
Do you guys know what your friends do for jobs?
I do. Only because my friends were
you're
military.
Well, let me think.
This is a cool one because like I love to talk to people and find out what they do for a living, to see what made them like passionate about it. Like what made them like want to do that? How did they get there? And like I just love that.
That's cool.
But my friends, I mean,
who has the coolest job?
I mean, they're in the military and what they do is pretty cool. Like Michelle is CST, which is fuck, I don't remember. Fuck.
Coolest job.
Yeah. And then Reyes she works with or maybe she works with CST. I don't know. Whatever. They have really cool jobs. I know they do.
I'm going to say Fernando, because he went into that field because he knew it was what he wanted to do. Like, it wasn't like what he felt he needed to do. And he likes it a lot. And it's cool because, like, I always joke with him because I'm like, well, you have a medical degree, so you're obviously the doctor in the family. And he's like, shut up. I was like, look at me. I married a doctor, guys. But Fernando's a respiratory therapist, which is like cool because, like, you know, he helps people breathe, like, you know, and like he works in a hospital. He also works in a rehabilitation center where like he helps people who are being released from the hospital go back into normal life, or their new normal life. And it's interesting because he came from sales. And now he's like, because he'll still sometimes be like, oh, my customer. And he's like, wait, my patient. But it's like the same, right? Because you're still like having to interact with people. But yeah, I'm like, for him to get a bachelor's degree in that, and like their class was the first bachelor's degree at CSN in that program. So that was really cool, you know?
Cool.
It's cool to be like on this journey with him, and now he has a career. And so I'm like, that's cool. Like, I always think that's so cool that, like, you know, he's a you know, respiratory therapist. And like, I was like, okay. I always have trouble when I'm like, how do you say that in Spanish?
What is it?
Insert here.
Yeah. Terapista?
Respiratoria.
Yeah, there you go.
Respiratoria? I think so. We always are like, what is it called? And then, like, I'm like, what is lungs in Spanish? Pulmones? And then I was like, oh, okay. I was like, oh, we should do a Spanish. I'm just thinking right now. We should do a Spanish quiz.
Ooh, that would be good.
We'll do that one episode.
How do you say?
So for me, I would say my friend Jackie. She's a therapist, and she helps people. Like
that's cool.
That's what I want to do too. So it's cool, and I admire that.
Yeah,
she does that. So mostly her.
Yeah. Shout out to all the therapists out
there.
Yeah, everybody.
Yeah.
Lottie dottie, everybody.
Yep. Tell us what your guys' job is.
Yeah,
we want to know.
Yeah, like
put it on there.
Share it.
Yep. All right, guys. I think that's it for today. What do you guys think? No announcements? Yep. No, nothing.
Any announcements?
No.
I think.
No. Subscribe. Watch the video if you're not watching it. You miss out. Yeah. Rene's got some cool graphics. Last episode's graphics were so funny. Like the Stephanie Tanner, how rude one.
Yeah.
I'm getting better at it. Like, I'm starting to learn a little bit more, so it's fun. Cool. I miss doing it.
Honestly. Yeah, I'm glad.
Yeah, you're good at it.
Yeah, I'm glad that you.
For now, I was a good teacher because I had no idea what I was doing when I started.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
Yeah. Yeah, he's really good about that stuff.
He still helps me a lot, though, too.
Yeah, me too. Same. Last week, all I did was I'd be like, hey, I need help. And then he would come and he'd be like, okay, here, and do it, right? And I'm like, okay. And I'm like, okay, I need help again. But yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, cool to just like, watch the whole video and I'll tell you what needs to be edited. But eventually I want to get to learn that stuff.
It's fun. Definitely.
Cool. I'm glad. All right, guys. See you next week.
See ya.
Bye. Adios. Thank you for joining us. If you are in need of any medical assistance, please contact your local provider. If you are having thoughts of suicide, please call the National Suicide Hotline at 988. In case of emergency, call 911. See you next week as we talk about
the things we're not supposed to talk about.